And welcome into beautiful Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University, the side of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. I'm Dusty Lister, so pleased to have you along with us. Tonight we got a rematch of one of the funnest games of last year's state tournament, the Salem Hills Skyhawks and the Jordan Beetdiggers. And so glad to be able to have you here with us tonight. The winner will move on to play tomorrow at 4:30 against Timpanogos. The team who does not win this game will come back at 11 a.m. tomorrow to play against Orem. Again, we mentioned this was a lot of fun a year ago. We expect it to be fun tonight, and certainly hope it can live up to all the stuff that happened a year ago. Starting pitcher tonight for Salem Hills is Nolan Miller, and leading off for Jordan is Hunter Gaddy, followed by Kobe Carter and Cade Nalder. The wind is howling. We've had a very beautiful, calm day all day today until right now. And the wind is ripping right to left. We'll see how it affects things this evening. Noel Miller kicks and fires just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed, and will come back with a 1-1 count. Yaddy batting .468 on the year. 13 doubles. As that one's up and out, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Jordan comes here after knocking off Murray in their Super Regional. And the 2-1 is off the mark, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. And now the 3-1 from Nolan is fouled off and out of play. So the count full. Three balls and 2 strikes to our leadoff man. Called strike 3. Caught the outer half of the plate. And Nolan Miller able to come back and get the K. 1 out. As that brings up Kobe Carter. And that's in there for called strike 1. Our umpires this evening on first base is Matt Hershey. Third base, Greg Carter. And on the plate, Matt Barker. The 0-1 Bender, no, missed up. And now the 1-1 misses away. The count goes 2 balls and a strike. Here to Kobe Carter, the first baseman. Kobe, a 300 hitter on the season, 7 doubles. Also drove in 23 runs, hit 4 bombs on this snow-covered Springs. That ball hit well to center field. Is not going to carry in that crosswind. That ball hung up, and tracking underneath it is Garrett Holt for the second out of the inning. So now Cade Nalder, the catcher, comes to the plate. And that is in there for a called strike. And that one, just off the plate. So we mentioned that game a year ago. It was a 14-12 game where Salem Hills fell behind 10-0. Came back and tied the game at 10, took an 11-10 lead, fell behind 12-11, tied it up at 12 in the top of the 7th inning. The game went 10 innings, where Salem Hills played at 2 in the top of the 10th to take it 14-12. It was a 19. Salem Hills had 19 hits. Jordan had 13. Didn't make it a long evening tonight. All their fouls that one out of play. Two balls, two strikes, two out. Swung on and missed for the third out, for the third strike and the third out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Salem Hills coming to their first plate appearance. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. Welcome back into Larry Miller Field. Dusty Litster with you as we ready for the bottom of the first inning. Pitching to this evening for Jordan is Evan Atkinson. Saw Evan a year ago. And coming up, due up for Salem Hills is the shortstop Cam Coburn, followed by Nolan Miller, and then Charlie Cushing. Of course, Cam Coburn's brother was an absolute star at Salem Hills. With CSI. I'll lead things off, and he hits this one foul down the right field line. And that's in there for called strike two. Atkinson with a 3.16 ERA this spring. 5-1 and 11 appearances. And that one's well off the plate. That's a great pitch on 0-2. 0-2, he said before, it's a pitch to burn. It's make it enticing. I catch the plate, and that was exactly what that meant. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coburn. Ball hit well to short. That's going to get through. Not only going to get through, it's going to run deep in left field. Coburn rounds first, heads into second, and that is a leadoff double. I know some games take place here at Larry Miller Field, but I think there's something about playing on the field turf, the all-field turf field for the first time. I mean, that ball is a ground ball through the infield that is a double. Caught on that left fielder quickly. And that brings up Nolan Miller, the pitcher. Looking to help his cause. Looks at ball one. Nolan, a 408 hitter. 19 runs driven in, looking for number 20. And that just off the plate as well. 2 balls and no strikes. And the senior matchup between these two pitchers. Bouncer up the middle. Taking on the run, thrown on the run, and off the mark. That ball's going to get to the screen. Here comes a run to the plate. The plate is offline, and Coburn scores on the error. And Salem Hills strikes first. It was a nice play off the bouncer from Bo Williams. The throw off the line gets all the way to the screen on the dugout. And Coburn comes all the way from second base to score on the error.
The third baseman, number 20, Charlie Cushing.
So that's going to bring up Charlie Cushing. with no outs and a runner on first. And that one misses. And now the 1-0 in there for a called strike. And now the 1-1. This ball in the right field is going to get down. Going to round first, heading over to third is a speed-up runner for Nolan Miller. So we'll have runners on the corners and no outs on back-to-back hits. Or pardon me, the third hit of the inning as Cushing comes through. And Salem Hills in business. Oh, so Nolan Miller wanted to run the bases, man. He came away from first to third. And now his courtesy runner comes on. And now coming to the plate is Zach Nelson. No doubt down the great lines of the Gustons and Nelsons that have gone through Salem Hills. And that one does get called on the outer half. A quick over to first. And the 0-1 up and out. Count evens up. Had a ball and a strike here to Zach Nelson. Zach, a .391 hitter, drove in 13 runs. And this one fouled down the right field line. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2, called strike 3. Bender right over the outside part of the plate for the first out of the inning. So that brings up Roper K as Nelson goes down for the first out. And K lifts this one in the infield. I was curious to see what the wind was going to do. We saw earlier today when it was much calmer where Woods Cross kept playing like 1 or 2 steps closer to the line. It was drifting back toward the middle of the field. Didn't really move there. As always, Curtis Pettengill, he is the heartbeat of the Activity Association when we go to the state tournaments. Make sure we all have our information. So again, runners on the corners, 2 outs. This ball down the right field line is going to get down. It does. Going to bring in 1. Can they score from first? The throw will come in and it'll be cut off. And it's an RBI double for Roper K as Nolan Miller's speed-up runner comes in to score. And Salem Hills goes up 2-0. And they've got 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Brings up Kason Averett. So make that RBI number 23 on the year for the junior K, as that ball is called a strike on the outer part of the plate. I'll be careful with my words. A former home plate umpire is sitting right next to me, and I think they say his daughter's been very kind. And Randy and I, we go way back. I'll make you feel old, almost 22 years way back. Because that ball's in there for a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. And a little burn pitch on the outer, well outside. We mentioned game 4 of the day. We'll have 4 more tomorrow. We're 11, 1:30, 4:30, and 7 all week. And the 1-2 misses up, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3, but a crooked number in the bottom half of the first inning from Salem Hills is going to give them a 2-0 lead as we go into the second. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships.
Okay.
So welcome back. Top of the second inning, Evan Atkinson going to be leading things off. The pitcher tonight for the Jordan Beetdiggers. We're looking to get some back here. And that pitch is down and away for ball 1. And that pitch is wide of the mark. The count now 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch, chop foul the plate, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch, Bender just misses inside. It striped the right-hander batter box. So the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. And the 3-1, again, chopped at the plate, count full. And the payoff pitch, a little chop rock line to the left side. Atkinson's got enough speed to get there. That's an infield single. He was going to be there no matter what happened there at third base. When that ball bounced, there was no shot there for Charlie Cushing. So runner aboard for Jordan. We'll see what the official book has. And that'll bring up Stockton Mathis. Of course, Stockton's got ties back to the best place in Utah. And not just Carbon County, but Wellington, Utah. And his dad, Trail, played for one of the best Little League coaches and baby coaches you'll ever know. Just might happen to be my dad. So, Mathis looks to strike 1. And the 0-1 off the plate. The count evens at a ball and a strike. And they're going to look back over at first, try to keep him close. Wasn't really off the bag there. And again, you'll look back over him. Well, they're thinking that this got to be coming from the dugout. Trying to catch him on an early steal. He's out just to the cut of the infield. And that ball fouled out of play. So a ball and 2 strikes here to Stockton Mathis. And that ball fouled back, just hanging on there. Mathis, a .349 hitter on the season. 8 doubles on the year, 20 runs driven in. And the 1-2 fouled off down the third base line. And the 1-2 hit well in the center field, but right at the center fielder. And taking that one easily is Garrett Holt for the first out of the inning. So Mathis battles and battles, and then finally flies out to center.
The shortstop, number 25, Bo Williams.
That brings up the shortstop, Bo Williams. For 5-6-7 for Coach Fife. A little closer on that move. And a slow breaking ball misses wide of the plate. Courtesy runner is Jake Miller at first base. So Miller just inside the cut, off the bag. The ball lifted to the right side. I don't know if this will stay in, and it does not. Gets into the screen. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. So got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on first. So now the 1-1 is off the plate, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike to Bo Williams. When you get that lead on, or you get that runner on, the leadoff man, want to move him. At least feel like you get him to second base and make something happen here. That ball's going to be lifted in the left center field. Going to hang up and ranging over and making the catch is Caden Hansen. And Hansen has it for the second out of the inning, so 2 away. And now coming to the plate is the third baseman, Carter Perry. Perry looks at strike 1. Perry's driven in 17 runs on the year. 2 outs. Going to run on contact there at first base. That ball called strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first base in the form of Miller. As that ball is well off the plate. That was an outstanding job of trying to frame it. But framing Scott Hansen's paintings versus framing Van Gogh's is a little two different things. That's how far off that ball was. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here for Perry, and ooh, just misses. The count goes full. So we'll put the runner in motion. It's Jake Miller. He'll go on the kick. Let's see if he takes that secondary. Does not. So Miller goes. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And it's another goose egg inning for Jordan. Salem Hills goes to the bottom of the second inning, leading 2-0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. Bottom of the second inning, Chase DeGraff and Reed leading off for Coach Haney. Can't hold off on that one. Is that there for a called, or is there for a strike? It was swung on. As DeGraff and Reed chops that one back to Atkinson, and he has it for the first out of the inning. So Caden Hansen comes to the plate. I think that one missed there. 1-0. And now ball softly to second base. And is handled easily for the second out of the inning there by Noah Gotti. And it could be Gaddy, but we'll go Gotti. For obvious reasons, that's second out of the inning. And that brings up Cam Coburn back to the top of the order. Coburn doubled and scored in the first inning. Chopped right back to Atkinson, and Atkinson easily to first base. He's a little fired up coming off the field. As we go to the top of the third inning, it is Salem Hills 2, Jordan 0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. Top of the third inning, and Noah Gaddy will lead things off for Jordan. And Noah looks at ball 1. As always, hope you're enjoying your evening wherever you are. Hopefully the weather's starting to move away from us. Weatherman Dusty might have to take a look at that here in a second, but intended for a called strike. Evens us up at a ball and a strike. Here is Noah Gaddy. You didn't just hear that on the broadcast. I think Gaddy's was strike 2. Gaddy, a .468 hitter on the year. And that one misses. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little breaking ball and fouled off down the line. And that ball fouled back to the screen. Had a count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Give it a fun day here at the ballpark. Brighton and Woods Cross was a 1-0 win for Woods Cross. They scored at the top of the 7th inning on a wild pitch. and able to hang on the 17th-seeded Woods Cross Wildcats. Lehigh, their bats went absolutely bonanza today. They had 4 straight extra base hits that got all the way to the wall. 2 triples, followed by 2 doubles, and powered their way to a 10-run win over Viewmont. Orem Timpanogos, and Timpanogos' bats got going as that ball through the right side. And that's the thing, is I just don't think everyone knows you're not going to hold Jordan down, as Gaddy trying to fire up his teammates with the single there. So leadoff man aboard for Jordan. So trying to find a little bit of fire here in the 3rd inning. And I talked about what happened a year ago in the comeback from both these teams, that crazy 10-inning game at UVU a year ago. So they're trying to bunt him over. No, they're not going to get him to second base. 1-6-3, no. Just able to get there in time was Bridger Beacom. Nice job of fielding position there by Nolan Miller. And he'll have a runner on with 1 out. As Beecham will reach on the fielder's choice. So back to the top of the order, and Hunter Gaddy. And Hunter goes back up the middle. Taylor made as well. 4, we'll have a shot at first. So once again, the lead runner cut down on a ball back up the middle. And Gaddy will reach on the fielder's choice to the right side. And that's going to bring up Kobe Carter.
First baseman number 24, Kobe Carter.
2 outs in the inning for the Beetdiggers. It's interesting. They keep wanting to keep the runner close there. First, they've shown that all day today. Little bender, man. Certainly get you off your rhythm. How slow that pitch was there from Nolan Miller. And the 0-1. Oh, into the dugout. Count goes 0-2. It was fun to see the reaction from the guys on that top step. And the 0-2. Is out of the zone. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, we're back here tomorrow with the winner bracket games. We'll actually have all 4 games, the loser bracket, winner brackets. We'll start first with the loser brackets and then to the winning bracket games. And, of course, Wednesday is always a load of fun. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So Jordan got the leadoff man on board, but could not move him anywhere as they trade places with some fielder's choice plays. But we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's Salem Hills 2, Jordan nothing. You're watching the 2023 5A State Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. Nolan Miller, the pitcher for Salem Hills, going to lead things off in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Hits that one sharply to short. The throw is on time for the 1st out of the inning as he's easily retired by Bo Williams. So 1 pitch, 1 out. As that brings up Charlie Cushing.
The third baseman, number 20, Charlie Cushing.
And Cushing looks to strike 1. Cushing had an RBI single back in the first inning. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And that ball hit into right field and a can of corn. Out there for Bridger Beecham. And 2 outs. And that brings up Zach Nelson. Zach went down looking his only plate appearance. And it looks to strike 1 here. On the year, as mentioned, Zach batting .391 with 13 runs driven in, 6 doubles. Chops this one to short. And Williams up with it on way to first, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the third. So Jordan, they gave up those runs in the first inning, but they put up goose eggs and back-to-back innings. We go to the top of the 4th inning, and it's Salem Hills 2, Jordan 0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So Caden Alder leading things off in the top of the 4th inning for the Beetdiggers. That's the cricket pitch. Didn't find the wickets. So it's a ball. This ball hit the short. Bobbled by Coburn. Got it back and on time to first. Just such terrific hands there from Coburn. Take care of that one. Fouled it, but able to get the quick exchange and on to first base. And so, is coming to the plate now is Evan Atkinson. Atkinson singled back in the second inning. Chops this one to Coburn on the charge. Cam up with it and over to first for the second out for Coburn in the inning. And now Stockton Mathis. As that one misses. So Mathis flew out to center in his only plate appearance back in the second inning. Chops this one to second. Coming on that charge on the hop. The throw to first is wide. Mathis is going to take the turn. And he'll go into second. Reaches on the air and takes second base for Stockton Mathis. So E4 on the play. And now a runner in scoring position. The tying run coming to the plate. So it's Bo Williams coming to the plate. Looks at ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and 2 outs with a runner on second base for Williams. He fouls out one of the screen. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Williams flew out to left field back in the second inning. And now the 1-1. Bender swung through, strike 2. And 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Here for Bo Williams, the shortstop. Playing him shallow in left field. And the wind's kind of died down here, especially from where it was at the beginning of the game. But they're playing him shallow across the outfield. Saw that strategy burn Viewmont in our second game of the day. And Mays Madsen made him pay for it. And the 1-2, that ball hit lifted into left field, drifting toward the line. And an easy play in left field. So got a runner in scoring position, could not move him. As Caden Hansen comes over for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Salem Hills leads 2-0. You're watching the 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament. So Roper K going to lead things off here in the 4th inning. Roper had a RBI back in the 4th. Or probably back in, this is the 4th. Back in the 1st inning. I think he started 1-0. Fouls that one back. We're even up at a ball and a strike. And that one misses. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. This ball hit to second, handled cleanly there, and on the first, nicely done by Noah Gaddy. As Gaddy retires before the 1st out of the inning. Again, I want to remind you, we got a lot of sports, a lot of championship tournaments happening this week. We got softball here on KSLSports.com, but of course with Rewind, I got you here at BYU all week long until we go to the championship series at UVU. JT Wistersill will be handling the 6A state baseball tournament at UVU until I get there for the championship series. And Alex Napolis has had to deal with some lightning delays and stuff out of 5A, 6A boys soccer, and then Dane is taking care of lacrosse. So a full week from the Rewind guys. As that Bender misses what we call the grand finale of the school year before we go to summer. And I heard someone say so correctly, once this is over, football season begins. But really, football never really ends. That's how it's therefore called strike. And the count goes to 2-1. There's been another outstanding year with KSL Sports, and looking forward to everything we have planned coming up in the fall as that ball misses up and away. But hard to think that our first big state tournament that we cover, when we do the soccer tournaments, but then football, feels like it was just yesterday, and here there's already Memorial Day weekend. So that one finds the plate. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now the payoff pitch. Shot back up the middle, and that's going to get through. So a 1-out RBI single, nicely done on the payoff pitch from Kason Averett. And we got a runner on for the Skyhawks. That brings up Garrett Holt, the center fielder. And Holt, we've driven in 13 runs on the year. Love to come through. Take a long ball to get it done here. You're going to have to find the wall to score from first. And Holt looks at strike 1, so the count even at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. here on Holt. And that one is there for is strike 2. The offer there from Holt. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 here on Garrett Holt. And it's the second out of the inning for the Skyhawks. As Atkinson, after getting up those 2 runs in the first inning, really is settled into this one and has pitched a terrific game. And here comes Chase DeGraffenried, the designated hitter. He chopped back to Atkinson back in the second, where Atkinson had 2 of the 3 outs. As that ball gets away, and that's going to put a runner in scoring position. As here he overran the ball there. So put a man on second. And an opportunity here for Chase DeGraffenried. Graffenried drove in 10, or has driven in 10 thus far through 24 games reported. As that pitch is outside, the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. And now the 2-0 to the left side, going to get through, and that's going to score a run. A nice effort there at short, but that ball gets through. As DeGraffenried able to plate the run. And I got that as an RBI single. We'll see what the book puts it, but that brings in Averett to score. And not a routine play at all, diving for that ball in the hole. And extends the Salem Hills lead to 3-0. And bring up Caden Hansen, the left fielder. Hansen grounded out to second in his only plate appearance back in the second inning. As DeGraffenried away from first. And that one gets away. That's to move to Graffenried now into scoring position. So a couple wild pitches here from Atkinson. One hurt him. There's a wild pitch, put a runner in scoring position. The Graffenried plated him. And now that one gives Caden Hansen a chance with 2 outs to bridge to the top of the order. So 2 balls and no strikes. And Atkinson's got to come back throwing strikes. And then the 2-0 pitch finds the outer part before called strike 1. And the 2-1. How he was able to get his bat on that. That was a pretty decent feat of athleticism and footwork there from Caden Hansen. And the 2-2 pitch swung through for the 3rd out of the inning. But in the bottom of the 4th, Salem Hills puts another run up. They take a 3-0 lead as we go to the 5th. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. Carter Perry leading things off for Jordan. And the top of the 5th inning looks a ball 1. That's either in there to even up 1-on-1. And that 1-1 called strike 2. And that one just missed outside. And the 2-2. And that one bounced. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Carter Perry, who went down on strikes. His only plate appearance. And now the full count payoff pitch is back to the screen. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, back up the middle. Ooh, that's one of those things. Nolan Miller, that sends a little shock through you. Will wake you up. So leadoff single for the Beetdiggers. So this is a team that historically in this year, they can score runs. They can get going. Noah Gaddy. Can he follow up Carter Perry? Gaddy singled back in the 3rd. In his only plate appearance. As Noah Miller has been very, very strong here tonight for the Skyhawks. Worked in order in the 1st, faced 4 hitters in the 2nd, versed 4 hitters in the 3rd, and 4 hitters in the 4th. I'm interested to see why they bunt Gaddy here. It's a 3-run ball game. You need outs. Gaddy's the 8-hitter. As well, trying to bridge to the top of the order. Unless you're looking to get into a count here, 1-0. Just surprised by it, Coach Fife. Gaddy going to look for something to go to the right side of the infield. He can go from 1st to 3rd with your base runner. And Perry. And that pitch to the left side is going to get through. So back-to-back singles for the Beetdiggers. Going to have runners on 1st and 2nd. And the tying run coming to the plate in the form of Bridger Beecham is 7-8-9. You'll hear me talk about this all week long in state tournament baseball. 7-8-9. What do those guys do? They're going to help you win ball games. As a pitcher, can you get through there unscathed? So, interesting question from a man that knows a lot more baseball. I want to say more. A different version of baseball than me. Is do we bunt here? I don't like giving away outs going to the top of my order. I'll give up the out if he grounds out. This is number 9 hitter. So we're 7-8-9. So a 9 hitter lead off on deck. I'm someone, like Coach, I don't like giving away outs unless he's going to give them up himself. If he's going to strike out, fine. He flies out, fine. But handing my bunt away is an interesting one. Is he going to do it? So the bunt to second. And now you got runners on the corners. Is the runner out at second base. So put a runners on the corners and 1 out. To the top of the order we go. So some would say what I was just talking about. That if you think he might give up the out, whatever, then that bunt is at least useful. That's a worry, right? That throw to second. We got him. But now to the top of the order we go. And Hunter Gaddy. Runner goes. And that ball lifted out of play. Gaddy went down on strikes in the first. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the third. Could come through in a big way for Coach Fife's team right here. Rain's starting to come down. Pretty good, actually. And that snap back over to first. And the 0-1. That's up. Count even at a ball and a strike. It's a pretty decent system that's coming through Provo at the moment. And according to radar, we're going to have this little bit to about 9:30, so about another hour. It doesn't look like there's any lightning in it, so it's a matter of how much rain and water's in this. As this ball lifted out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners. Shot back up the middle and a chance for a double play. Step on the bag, throw to first and get out of the jam. Defense, defense, defense is such a major weapon. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Salem Hills gets out of a 2 runners on, no out jam. Give up no runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your home for online championships.
Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot. I can't die. 가슴 질투 떠나 올라와. 공기도 달라.
Bottom of the 5th inning, top of the order for Salem Hills. Cam Coburn steps in. Rain coming down pretty steady. But I've been told this is the advantage of having an all-turf field, is that, man, it just holds the water so well, you don't have to worry about it. Certainly going to test it. Saw earlier, well, I should say earlier, in the middle of the great 900 feet of snow that Utah received, we got to see where BYU baseball had a doubleheader coming up, and the field was covered in snow, and people came out and helped push it off so that the heat under the field could help get things done. And the 1-2 pitch hit well in the left field, and left fielder lost it. Got to look up in the rain and able to make that catch. Certainly, that's the thing with the rainfall. Was looking up into that. Hunter Gaddy able to take care of business. Retire Coburn for the first out. And that pitch misses. As at the plate is Nolan Miller, the starting pitcher for Salem Hills, who's been outstanding. Able to scatter those 5 hits. Jordan has 1 more hit in this game than Salem Hills, but Nolan Miller's been able to scatter them and hold them to no runs. And that pitch misses outside. Three balls and no strikes. And now the 3-0 misses inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. And rain in baseball is a lot like football. It's who wants to be out there. You usually have a team, sometimes you'll have a team that kind of relishes it, another team that just wants to get through it. We'll find out. So runner on here for Charlie Cushing. And ball bounced The ball was in the box, and the catcher had no idea. Well, he couldn't find it initially. Caden Alder, as he had knocked it down, he couldn't get to the ball. So runner advances to second. So 1-0, swung on, count even up at a ball and a strike. Here to Charlie Cushing. Cushing had an RBI single in the first, flew out to right in the third. Has a chance to pick up a run here in the fifth. And that is in there for a called strike. No ball, 2 strikes. A ball knocked down by Nalder. Good job. Had it initially, able to keep it there. You see Cushing just trying to take away the inner part of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner on second base. And this pitch is fouled out of play. And we will do it again. Said that a lot today. Cushing's driven in 29 runs, make it 30 runs on the year. I'd like to make it 31. The 2-2. Bender is wide of the plate. Just missed. And the 3-2. The ball is tailing toward the line. Nice effort out there and just could not get to it. All the effort from Hunter Gaddy. Just could not get there. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And a runner on second base here for Charlie Cushing. You have the chance to pick up another run for the Skyhawks as this ball lifted out of play again. I feel like we're in the middle of the movie Miracle. Again. We'll foul it off. Again. Foul off another one. And the payoff pitch once again from Atkinson. And misses up. Man, Cushing, a terrific at-bat from Cushing, able to fight off all those pitches. And now runners on first and second as they'll bring up Zach Nelson.
Number 7, the first baseman, Zach Nelson.
The back-to-back walks for Nolan Miller and Charlie Cushing. And again, a chance for Nelson as the pinch, or pardon me, speed up runner, courtesy runner, is Talon Cloward. Thirteen RBIs on the year for Zach Nelson. Grounds his ball to the middle. Handled, oh, safe at second? No, he's not. So going to reach on the fielder's choice as Bo Williams able to knock that down and make the play at second base. So Runners on the corners with 2 away. As Nelson will reach on the fielder's choice.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Roper K.
And I'll bring up Roper K. So again, runners on the corners. Oh, they go double steal, and Salem Hills is going to score the run. So bring the run across. They got to take the lead 4-0 or extend the lead. And the double steal or early steal does exactly what Coach Haney wanted. Wanted to make sure to get that run across, and he does it. He wasn't even watching to see the player get tagged as he was already clapping going to the dugout. Get out of the rain. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and it's Salem Hills 4-0. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com. All right, here we go. Rain delay over. Thank goodness. Let's get back to baseball. And as we restart here, the start at the top of the 6th inning, it is Kobe Carter leading things off for the Beetdiggers. So it'll be 2-3-4 due up for Jordan and Coach Fife to see. Sometimes you see some teams come back a little more fired up, getting that moment to kind of get away and just stop thinking about the middle of the game. But down 3 runs, it's a tall task. Got 2 at-bats to do it after that little break as that ball misses and they count even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 is in there for a called strike 2. As that one misses. Hey, if Moniak can go yard again for the Angels, we can have a fun finish to this ball game. So those of us who are Angel fans, we suffer through really bad bullpens, but sometimes we get fun moments like Moniak hitting, I think it's his 4th homer with the Angels. So here we go, the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Swung through and missed, strike 3. Kobe Carter down on strikes. As the outstanding night, I believe it's still Nolan out there. Nolan Miller. And look, if your name is Nolan and you're a pitcher, you got to have the iron arm. It's just the way that it works. Oh, that ball just misses Caden Alder. So 1 ball, no strikes to Nalder, who fouls out off down the first baseline. Count even at 1-1. And the 1-1 to Nalder. He's going to plunk him. So he flirted with him on that first pitch. And he ends up plunking him there with the breaking ball. So. So, runner on first base and 1 out. With Nalder on first to the hit batsman. And that one misses. So 1-0. Salem Hills looking for the ground ball. Jordan. Let's see Nalder go the other way, get the base runner going. Runner goes, got a great jump, throws off the line. And advance the runner to second base. And Nalder now with a chance to pick up an old ribeye. And see if we can jumpstart this Jordan offense. Or pardon me, for Evan Atkinson. He can help himself out here. So 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second and 1 out. And the 2-0 pitch. To the left side, mishandled at third base. Actually scored the speed-up runner, and he is going to come in to score. And Jordan able to get off the goose egg, get that first run. And you can see kind of the pressure come off the shoulders a little bit there. And that was mishandled at third base. So go E5 as that one went through the wickets of Charlie Cushing. As the speed-up runner comes in to score in the form of McKay Brand. So 4-1. So that brings up Stockton Mathis. So Mathis a chance to pick up an RBI. That one well off the plate. Count 1-0. Kind of seen these rain delays, and one of these teams can tend to come out of the rain delay just a little more amped up. It's usually the team is down. Gives them a chance to stop, kind of chill out for a second, get their minds right. As Stockton Mathis follows that one out of play, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. As Atkinson will his speed up runner rather. Oh, maybe he stayed out there. Trying to see the numbers here. So a 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on second for Mathis. And Stockton sees that one bounce. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And now the 2-1 in there for a called strike 2. He moves us up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Mathis has only plate appearance. We had 2 plate appearances. Probably reached on an error his last time up. One's down on strikes on that one. Work him away. And Mathis swung through it. So leave the runner at second base. There's now 2 outs for the Beetdiggers. And they would just love to. Big opportunity to cut this deficit in half. I think they're going to come out and talk to Nolan Miller. Remind you, we'll be back here tomorrow, 11:30 in the morning. As the team who does not win this game will come back and play Orem at 11:30. And then it'll be Brighton versus Viewmont at 1:30. The 4:30 game will be the winner of this game taking on Timpanogos at 4:30. And then the nightcap will be the upstart Cardiac Cats of Woods Cross. 17 seed Woods Cross Wildcats will be taking on the hot bats of the Lehigh Pioneers. The reigning 5A champs really came after it today in their win over Viewmont. So excited to watch that, or to be a part of that game, to watch it and see what happened. Man, they just came out, slammed the baseball. They crushed the ball today. So it brings up Bo Williams. And Bo Williams to the right side. That's going to play to run. So they are going to cut the deficit in half as Atkinson comes in to score. And it is 4-2. And Jordan feeling a little bit better about themselves at the moment. Or they have the top of the 7th inning to score some runs too, but this inning ain't over. So an RBI single from Bo Williams. And now the tying run comes to the plate with Carter Perry. Perry looks at strike one. Perry singled his last time up. Went down on strikes in the second inning. A chance to keep this alive. Being of Noah Gaddy, who's on deck. Breaking piece, bounces, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's in there for called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. On the year, Perry drove in 17 runs, 2 doubles, 2 triples. Trying to get this Noah Gaddy on deck. A good bat at the bottom of this order. Umpires reminding players to stay in the dugout. They can't come off that top step. And now the 1-2. I know Trent Allred's watching because all that guy does is watch stuff. But Trent made sure to confirm that that is the rule. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second base. For Carter Perry, a chance to make this a 1-run game with a base hit. And that ball fouled back to the screen. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So, again, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second here for Carter Perry. And that ball's wide of the plate, and the count runs full. Nolan Miller really having to work through this. Nobody in the bullpen. Looks like someone's already done warming up, so we'll see if Coach Haney is just ready to roll. Noah Gaddy's on deck. If Carter Perry can find his way on base, we'll put the go-ahead run at the plate. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed. But it is a 2-run 6th for Jordan as they cut the deficit down to 2 runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Salem Hills leading Jordan 4-2. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com.
Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot. I can't die. 같은 질투 더 높이 올라와. 공기도 달라.
And welcome back into Larry Miller Field. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning is Roper K, pardon me. So Roper K, 1 for 2 today. And looks at ball 1. And that pitch finds the outer part of the plate for a called strike 1. New pitcher for Jordan is number 22, Kai Smith. And that's in there for strike 2. So, we got 1 ball and 1 strike. And that ball lifted in the right field, telling toward the line. And able to get over there and camp underneath it is Bridger Beecham. And retires K for the first out of the inning. And again, big thing here for Jordan is hold this and keep it at a 2-run ball game. Leaving the top of the 7th inning and a chance for their offense to come alive as it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Beetdiggers. As a fun night's already gotten more fun as the Angels already beat the Red Sox today, so that's a good thing. That one's in there for a called strike. And that ball back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes to Kason Averett. Kason Averett reached and scored, singled and scored back in the 4th. Love to come through once again. The 0-2 check did not. I don't think he did. Yes, he did. Got a bunch of umpires around here. What constitutes going for that? That's easy. I just want an explanation of what it is. We'll do it between innings. Jeff Clough, that's why I want to know, because there's no definition of what's an actual check, right? High school Z. That's why we have officials around. This is where we made Courtney Littledyke answer all of our questions during basketball, and we've had Schofield in football. And I got 5 umpires in the room, and then a future umpire that's being coached into it. And 1 big swing and a miss, strike 2 for Garrett Holt. And the 0-2 pitch from Garrett Holt, or to Garrett Holt. That ball lifted toward the dugout. That probably can get out of play. It does. They're not dropping blankets to catch foul balls at the moment. There's no valor in getting hit with a baseball at the moment. And the 0-2. Up and in. Ball and 2 strikes. Is all yet to reach tonight. And that pitch misses wide. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball back to the screen. So the count. We'll go with the scoreboard. It's got it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Garrett Holt. And Holt looks at strike 3. So Kai Smith comes on and keeps it a 2-run game. Last chance time for the Beetdiggers. When we come back, we go to the top of the 7th. You are watching the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball game on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. Top of the 7th inning. So pitch count right now for Nolan Miller is at 98. And once he hits 110, he had 4 days rest, mandatory. This ball is scorched to the right side as Gaddy gets a leadoff man on, and it'll bring the tying run to the plate for the Beetdiggers. And that was why that last at-bat was so big in getting Carter Perry to swing through that 2-2 pitch, because Gaddy has got a good bat. And his ability to hit behind runners would be advancing everybody. So now we go to the 9-hole, and it'll be Bridger Beecham being pinch hit for. And coming to the plate now for Jordan's going to be number 18, Colton Austin. So Colton Austin will come on the top of the 7th inning with a runner on first and no outs. And he is the game-tying run as that ball is off the plate. Noah Miller looking to go complete game. And not only that, he's looking to actual weather to get the complete game. This rain still coming down just a little bit here. 1 ball, no strikes with a runner on first. The 1-0 lifted out of play, and he was accounted a ball and a strike. And the loser of this game will come back and play at 11 a.m. The winner will play at 4:30. And the 1-1. Slow bender, man. That ball was just creeping in the zone. He swung through it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's stepping back on the bag, and we got a base runner down. So they could be pretty quick.
He doesn't get in until like 8 o'clock.
But Gaddy getting checked out here. So while they do that, we'll step aside real quick. So Gaddy's going to stay in because he was coming back to the bag, just stepped on it awkwardly. So back in the box we go. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Colton Austin. Top of the order coming up next for the Beetdiggers. We talked about the classic they had a year ago. Jordan trying to make it happen once again. That slow bender again that is fouled off down the line. It's one of those pitches. It's like Otani's sweeper. It has to come off the plate. If it stays in the zone, you're putting a ball on a tee. Just letting it spin in the zone. One ball, 2 strikes. And a runner on first. Swung through, strike 3. The strong at bat there for Colton Austin, but Miller able to work his way through it, get the K, and 1 out. And now we go back to the top of the order, and it brings up Hunter Gaddy. So Gaddy at first, his younger brother, and now Hunter. Fastball hit well in the right field, going to stay up, no, got down. Noah around second, heading into third. It'll be runners on the corners, and the go-ahead run will come to the plate for the Beetdiggers. There was a lot of topspin in that ball. That's a tough play out in right field coming in on that. Kind of just trying to decide, do you slide, try to make that catch, or take it like he did. Trey Smith trying to make the grab and just could not corral it, as that'll be the day for Nolan Miller. So game-tying run on first base as the number 2 hitter will be coming to the plate, and Kobe Carter will have pitch and change first. You're watching the 2023 5A State Championship Tournament on KSLSports.com. So they're going to keep Miller in. He's at 105 pitches. He had 110. He has to rest for 4 days. So he would be able to pitch in a championship series if Salem Hills is able to reach it. Pickoff moves do not count toward his pitch count. Just make sure he cover all the bases here. The runner's on the corners for Kobe Carter, yet to reach tonight. Bender, no. Every Salem Hills fan wanted that one. And the 1-0, wide of the plate. Of course, Kobe Carter goes with Kobe's second number. I'm sure his dad has churched him up. Kobe Bryant came in originally as 8. The 2-0. Fastball to the left side. Cushing has it. 5-4 on to first in time. The threat's over, and it's a 4-2 Salem Hills win over Jordan. Cushing had an error. Come back to get that 5-4-3 double play. And Jordan have found some life during that rain delay. Unable to make something happen with a game-time run on first base. And Noah Miller guts his way through. I think I hit, 106 pitches now? So a fun one once again between Jordan and Salem Hills in the state tournament. And once again, a two-run lead in the state, or two-run win in the state tournament for the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Well, that was a fun one. Our Heidemann Associates players of the game. First, we're going to go with Nolan. I thought Nolan Miller pitched a great game. Did now send job against a high-powered offense. Our second player of the game, we'll always try to do a little bit of offense here. We're going to go Chase DeGraffenreid, maybe. He came up with a key RBI in this one. Got things going for Salem Hills. Again, our final score, Salem Hills 4, Jordan 2. Jordan will be back here at 11 o'clock tomorrow. It'll be our first game of the day here from Larry Miller Field. As Salem Hills will move on to take on Timpanogos at 4:30 tomorrow. You can catch all the games of the 5A state tournament right here on KSLSports.com at BYU. For Addison Grayson, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A State Championship Baseball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. See you tomorrow at 11.